There is a quiet pressure many people feel today. Not to succeed, not to be rich, but to be positive. Smile more. Think brighter. Be grateful. Stay optimistic. And when you can't, you feel like you're failing twice. First, you struggle. Then you feel guilty for struggling. But what if the problem is not your attitude? What if the problem is the idea that you must always feel good in order to live well? This video is about a dangerous misunderstanding and a calmer, more honest alternative. If you're someone who prefers depth over hype, reflection over noise, consider subscribing. This channel is for people who want clarity, not constant cheerfulness. Take a breath, and let's begin. Why think positive often backfires? Modern advice often sounds simple. Just think positive. But psychology tells a more complicated story. When positivity is forced, it doesn't calm the mind. It confuses it. Imagine someone failing an exam. They feel disappointed. That's natural. But then they hear, "You shouldn't feel sad. Be positive." Now the sadness remains, and guilt is added on top. 2 layers of suffering. Research shows that unrealistic optimism can weaken preparation, reduce effort, increase self-blame when things go wrong. Because when failure happens, the mind says, "It's not just that I failed, it's that I failed to be positive." That is not resilience. That is emotional pressure. A calmer alternative, realism. There is another way. Not pessimism, not blind optimism, but clear realism. Realism says, some things will go well, some things will not, and I will deal with both. This approach does something powerful. It lowers anxiety because surprises hurt less when you expected difficulty. Long before modern psychology discovered this, ancient thinkers practiced it daily. They didn't ask, "How do I stay happy?" They asked, "How do I stay steady?" Facts versus stories. Here is a simple but life-changing distinction. There is what happens, and there is what we say about what happens. These are not the same thing. Example, a meeting is scheduled. That is a fact. But in the mind, a story appears. This will be a waste of time. I'll be bored. They don't respect my time. The emotional weight comes not from the meeting, but from the story. Most people never separate the two, and because of that, they suffer more than necessary. Emotions are not the enemy. This philosophy never says, "Don't feel." It says, "Understand why you feel." Emotions are not irrational monsters. They are logical conclusions based on certain beliefs. If the belief is distorted, the emotion will be intense. Change the belief, and the emotion follows. That's why clarity matters more than positivity. You don't need to feel good. You need to see clearly. Slowing the mind, a practical pause. Here is a simple mental pause you can practice. When something triggers you, stop. Not dramatically, just pause. Then ask, what exactly happened? What am I adding to it? Is this interpretation useful? Is this within my control? Only after that, respond. Most people react in milliseconds. That's how habits are formed. Calm is not a personality trait. It is a trained delay. Information overload and anxiety. We live in an age of too much information. The human mind was never meant to process constant outrage, judge global events daily, absorb endless opinions. When the mind never rests, anxiety becomes the default state. Sometimes the healthiest move is not learning more, but exposing yourself less. Not everything deserves a reaction. You don't need to be cheerful all the time. You don't need to pretend things are fine. You don't need to force gratitude when your mind is overwhelmed. What you need is space between the event and the story you tell about it. That space is where freedom lives. If this video helped you slow down, even slightly, support the channel by liking and subscribing. And if you'd like, share one situation where you realized your stress came not from reality, but from interpretation. In the next video, we'll explore one of the most powerful ideas ever created: why peace begins the moment you stop trying to control what was never yours. Until then, take care of your mind. It's the only place you truly live.